This is KI0AR. Does anyone need to use the repeater system before I begin this evening's Colorado Astronomy Net? Please go ahead now. Calling the Colorado Astronomy Net, calling the Colorado Astronomy Net. This is KI0AR. My name is Bernice, and I'll be your net control for this evening's Colorado Astronomy Net. Just a reminder, the 3-minute timeout function is still in effect, so during long transmissions, please allow the repeater systems to reset themselves. Also, please use the word break for emergency or priority traffic. If there is any emergency or priority traffic, please go ahead now. Okay, nothing heard. This is KI0AR net control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. For those of you who are north of Denver, or maybe even possibly south of Denver, there is some auroral activity going on right now, or at least maybe about a half an hour ago. You may want to head outside and see if you can see some of the auroral activity right now if you've got clear skies. Just a note to those who are listening, especially those that are north of 40 degrees north latitude or thereabouts, or 39 degrees north latitude. Saw a little bit of it myself. The skies were kind of reddish, which was kind of interesting. You don't see that. I was just wondering, it's a debate whether it's city lights or aurora, but it is auroral activity going on right now. So check that out if you've got clear skies. I'll be announcing that throughout the net as well. So let's see. This net meets every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, 0200 Zulu, to discuss topics of an astronomical nature, what's up in the night skies for the week, any other special events that may be of interest to the amateur radio astronomy enthusiasts around the world. Also, this is one of the few nets where your check-in does count. I tally up the numbers and send them off to JPL at the end of each month. Counts as part of their outreach to the general public, of which we are a part. So all check-ins are definitely appreciated. I take check-ins several ways. Of course, I'll take them over the air, but if you have NetLogger, I will get you logged in right away when I see your call sign pop up in the AIM window. And we're also on YouTube tonight, so for the YouTube listeners, if you have a call sign, great. If you don't, that's fine too. I definitely appreciate everybody listening in on YouTube as well, so welcome over there. And take them over the air. Of course, I'll take them via email too. You can send an email to ki0ar@ki0ar.com and just let me know you're out there listening to the net tonight. A first name, a location, and if you have a call sign, that's great. And if All right, right now I'll go ahead and acknowledge those that are checked in via NetLogger. We got Moy, N5ZIQ, thanks for checking in tonight. Randall, AE7RJ, thanks for checking in tonight. Ken, NV7SS, thanks for checking in tonight. Dave, AF0AS, thanks for checking in tonight. And Rip, K3XO, thanks for checking in tonight. And we got Jackson checking in from Estes Park. Welcome, Jackson, to the Colorado Astronomy Net. Thanks for that. If you've got a call sign, that would be great. If you don't, that's fine too. I got the first name from Estes Park. All right, I'll get that on the list too. We'll see how that takes that. um, all right, let's see. We got a few more over on, let's see, we got a few more over here on NetLogger. We got Thomas. Yeah, okay, Thomas, KN4EWT, thanks for checking in tonight. Brian, KM7BYR, thanks for checking in tonight. Let's see, is that a new call? That is a new call, so Brian, please stand by. We got Blake, W0SCA, thanks for checking in tonight. Always like to touch base with my first time check-ins. I think, Jackson, you're one of them over there, so listen up. Brian up in Wyoming, KM7BYR. Welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net. My name is Ernest. That's Bravo Uniform Romeo November Echo Sierra Sierra. I'm the call sign Kilowatt India Zero Alpha Romeo. Been doing this for almost 30 years. And I always like to touch base with my first time check-ins. Like to find out from you what your interest background in astronomy is, whether you're starting out or you've been doing it for decades or somewhere in between. Brian, KM7BYR, tell us a little bit about your background interest in astronomy. Please go ahead.
Yes, I've been interested in astronomy for quite a few years of my life. I grew up in Indiana, got interested in there, and now when I moved out here, it's just it's a lot. I moved out here for a reason because not a lot of city lights, and I can just kind of do my looking up at the sky and it's just a nice thing, you know. It's just I just like being, you know, out looking up at the sky at night and just checking things. And plus I used to be in aviation, so used to see things in a different view too at night.
All right, Brian, thanks for that. Yeah, I got some aviation in my background as well, so some common interests, I think, across the board there. So welcome. Hopefully you can stick around. We'll probably run about an hour and a half to 2 hours tonight. For those of you, well, you're up in Wyoming, so you may be able to see some of this, Brian. There is some auroral activity going on right now. I just had some of my students that are out in Strasbourg go out, and there are a lot darker skies than here over Denver. And you may be able to see some reddish glow from auroral activity right now over your particular area. So those of you who have some dark skies, get outside and take a look and see if you can see some of that auroral activity right now. You may be able to take a picture with your cell phone. I heard that they're actually pretty sensitive and can pick up some of that. So check that out. Jackson up in Estes Park there. If you could post over in the chat whether you see the aurora or what your interest in astronomy is as well. I'd love to hear that. I'll read that over the air. So thanks for that. Okay, I'll go ahead and begin taking check-ins over the air. If I have not acknowledged you yet, definitely hop over there and oh, let's see. Let me start that again. I'll go ahead and begin taking check-ins over the air. Anyone wishing to check in to tonight's Colorado Astronomy Net, please call with your call sign phonetically twice.
Kilo America 9, Oscar Mike Yankee. Kilo America, Oscar Mike Yankee. Kilo 5 Romeo Uniform November. Kilo 5 Romeo Uniform November.
Okay, let's see. Signal check station. If you want to come again, kind of low, I'll turn up the volume and see if I can pick you up. Okay, let's see. Where did I start off? We got, okay, Blake Michael. We got you on the list, Mike. K05AOK, thanks for checking in tonight. Stephen, KA9OMY, thanks for checking in tonight. Philip, K5RUN, thanks for checking in tonight. Mark, K0GLR, thanks for checking in tonight. And Chuck, WB4AIZ, thanks for checking in tonight. And I think that was Scott there, KM4LDR. Let's see. Welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net there, Scott. That's a new call on the list, so thanks for that. Your audio was a bit low. But I think I got the call sign there. I think you said Scott, so I think that confirms it. But I'd like to touch base with my new time check-ins and find out a little bit about your interest, background in astronomy, as whether you're just starting out or you've been doing it for decades, sort of like me. Again, my name is Bernice. That's Bravo, Uniform, Romeo, November, Echo, Sierra, Sierra, Scott in North Carolina. Welcome to the net. KM4LDR, tell us a little bit about your interest, background in astronomy. Please go ahead. Yeah, Scott, your signal is coming in very, very broken. You may want to check out, I don't know how you're coming in to the system this evening, but you may want to check the skyhublink.com, and check out the All-Star or Echolink nodes and connect directly to skyhublink.com. That's what I'm operating on tonight. And that goes for anybody else that wishes to listen in as well. Or you can hop over to YouTube under the same name, the Colorado Astronomy Net, and check that out as well. Getting some reports from my student group as well out in Strasbourg. A lot of them do not have their radio licenses, so they can't check in, but I'm just going to post over there that they can hop over on YouTube tonight and join us. But right now, let's see. We had Jackson over on YouTube says, I've done astrophotography for a couple of years. I'm a high school student interested in a career in astronomy. So there you go. Well, at least this is maybe a good place for you to start learning for sure. There, Jackson, and appreciate you posting over there in YouTube there. So thanks for that. I actually work for a professor, or work with a professor of astronomy out with the student group. All right. Roy, we got you on the list, KI7PKL. Thanks for checking in tonight. All right. I'm going to let this thing reset and then get into the announcements and press on with the net right now. All right. Announcements. I publish a monthly astronomy newsletter via email and the World Wide Web. If you wish to subscribe to the email version of my newsletter, please send me an email to ki0ar@ki0ar.com and request to be put on the list. Or you may visit the website at www.ki0ar.com/astro.html. And at the top of the web page is also a spot where you may submit your email address and get subscribed to the email version of the newsletter as well. If you don't want to remember all that, just Google my call sign, KI0AR. You find a whole bunch of links, including links to the web page and the newsletter. I also volunteer with a youth group called the International Association for Astronomical Studies, a youth group that meets out at Strasbourg on Friday evenings from 6 until 8 p.m. Always looking for new members, freshmen through senior high school age students interested in astronomy, amateur radio, high power rocketry, remote control aircraft flying, full scale aircraft construction, archaeoastronomy, radio astronomy, and balloon launch communications. More than welcome to check that out. Send us some information, especially over there on YouTube, Jackson. That's for you. Check out the IAAS. I'll post that link real quick. You can check that out. The IAAS also has a call sign, which is Kilo Zero Alpha Alpha Sierra K0AAS. If you hear us on the air, be sure to hop on there and say hey. For those of you who might be interested in flight sims on YouTube, you may want to check out Jack's KE0VH's channel, which is Captain Jack Flight Sim, CAPNJACKFLTSIM. He does flight simulations on Mondays and Wednesdays from 6:30 p.m. until landing. Let's see. He hasn't done some in a while. He's been very busy this summer, so he hasn't been able to do nearly as much flight simming as he would like, but you can check out some of his old flights there as well. And that's all I have for announcements. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net.
This is KM4 LDI for signal check.
KM4 LDR, much better there, Scott. Much better. And I got you checked in and on the list for the Colorado Astronomy Net tonight, so thanks for that. Tell us a little bit about your background interest in astronomy, if you would there, Scott. I'd certainly appreciate it. Go ahead.
Well, I usually go on YouTube and look for, do my astronomy thing, but other than that, I haven't, I'm checking in for my phone, I'm in a wobble here, and I haven't, I've been on vacation, and been able to do a few other things. Anyway, just want to stay involved, taking it, I'm using that when I look on my phone.
All right, Ronald, thanks for the correction there, and welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net. Yeah, I am on YouTube as well, so there you go. I'm on YouTube under the Colorado Astronomy Net, and we're broadcasting there tonight. So let's see. We got you on the list too, Mike, KF0RMH. Thanks for checking in tonight. That's another new call, so welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net. Mike, if you could post over on YouTube, if you can check in, that'd be great. But if you can post over on YouTube what your interest, background in astronomy is, go ahead. Okay, we'll wait for Mike to post over there. That's a new call on the list. So thanks for that over on YouTube. I'll better put that down too. All right. Then we got a couple more check-ins there. Dave, David, WE8M, thanks for checking in tonight. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get into the, actually, I'm going to do this bulletin first. And, all right, well, before that, getting some other people over there. All right. Mike and third-party traffic over there. Welcome to your son as well. So thanks for that. Ron. Ron over on YouTube is checking in. KM4LDI, thanks for checking in tonight. So appreciate that, Ron. We got you logged in over on NetLogger as well. check out skyhublink.com if you guys got radios or computer as well, because we're on Echolink as well as All-Star as well. And that's a new call, so thanks for that. Thanks for that, Ron, over on YouTube. So everybody, listen up. Listen up for everybody. Listen up over on YouTube and on the radio here, or wherever you happen to be listening in on. Severe geomagnetic storm watch. Strong G3 to severe G4 geomagnetic storms are possible on November 12th and 13th. Actually, they're going on right now. Well, technically it is the 12th if you want to talk about UTC, so there you go. In response to 3 CMEs now approaching Earth. This includes a potent CME from today's X5 flare, which is moving so fast it might overtake and sweep up the CMEs ahead of it. The arrival of such a cannibal CME could spark auroras in more than half of all U.S. states. A ground-level event is underway. Today's X5 class solar flare from sunspot 4274 hurled a fusillade of energetic photons toward Earth. Some of the particles are so powerful they are penetrating the atmosphere all the way to the ground. This is a very significant event, says Professor Clive Dyer of the Surrey Space Center. Neutron monitors around the world are detecting it. This is called a ground level event, or GLE. GLEs of this magnitude are rare. They happen only once or twice every solar cycle. This one is comparable to the GLE of December 13th, 2006, says Dyer. That means that makes it a 20-year event. For comparison, during the 2006 GLE, passengers on high-altitude air flights experienced a peak dose rate of 25 to 30 microsieverts per hour at cruising altitude. This translated to an estimated 20% increase in the total effective radiation dose. Something similar may be happening now. Analysis of today's GLE will help us prepare for larger events such as the repeat of 23 February 1956, which is soon to have its 70th anniversary and gave a 1,000-fold increase in radiation at 40,000 feet, says Dyer. Meanwhile, in space, the solar photons are peppering satellites, creating a hailstorm in imaging systems. So, go out and take a look at the skies. Yes, go out and take a look at the skies, especially for northern latitudes. And Graham, welcome to the net, MM1DEA. If you have a chance, I know it's dark skies over there, so take a look as well. And John, we got you on the list, AB5ZR. Thanks for checking in tonight. That's a new call on the list, so welcome to the net. If you are listening in there, John, a quick note on what your interest, background in astronomy is. Please go ahead. AB5ZR, go ahead. All right, this is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. That's from that little tidbit is from spaceweather.com, so you may want to check that out today, tomorrow, the next day as well for updates. updates as well. So let's see. Yeah, over the next couple of days for auroral activity. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get into the local astronomical news for today, Veterans Day. And welcome. Let's see. And all those veterans out there, thanks for your service. Do appreciate that. I'm a vet myself, so 10 plus years in the Navy, way back in the 80s and 90s myself. So thanks for your service, those that did serve or have family members that served as well. So thanks for that. All right. Start off as usual with the phases of the moon. We had a full moon back on the 5th. That was a supermoon, actually the largest supermoon for 2025. Hopefully you guys got to go out and see that. Take a look. Not too much different than a normal full moon, but definitely a rarity. Last quarter moon occurring tomorrow. We got a new moon on the 20th. And a first quarter moon occurring on the 28th. The moon was at perigee, its closest approach to the Earth this month, on the 5th. And that is what made that full moon a supermoon. The fact that the full moon coincided with the perigee, or its closest approach. And the moon will be at apogee on the 19th. It will be 252,706 miles from Earth. And just in case, this is KI0AR net control for the Colorado Astronomy Net continuing. Planetary highlights for November. Mercury switches from the evening to morning sky this month, while the giant planets dominate the night. The moons of Jupiter and Saturn offer many events. Venus stars on early November mornings, but drops lower day by day. Excerpt is from Astronomy Magazine, November 2025, page 28. Okay, Mercury was stationary back on the 9th, meaning that it does not appear to move forward nor backward relative to the background stars. Right now, let's see, Mercury is already set for the evening. It's set at about 5:30 p.m. This afternoon. Mercury will be at inferior conjunction on the 20th, meaning that it is between us and the sun on that particular day, so we won't be able to see it. Mercury will be stationary again on the 29th. Mercury is now setting about 5:30, a little bit before 5:30 p.m. this week, and will rapidly set earlier and earlier. So get out there and see if you can see Mercury very close to the western horizon, maybe another day or two. That's about it. After conjunction, Mercury returns to the morning sky, rising about 5:30 a.m. by month's end. And you might be able to see Mercury by the end of the month, just before, about 30 minutes before sunrise, just above Venus on the morning of the 25th. So check that out if you can. Mercury moves from the constellation of Scorpius into Libra, shining at magnitude 0.2 on the 30th. All right, continuing on, we got Venus. Venus is rising about 5:30 a.m. This week. Look for Venus to the east about an hour before sunrise. Venus moves from the constellation of Virgo into Libra, shining at magnitude -3.9 on the 1st. Oh, I forgot to do my normal magnitude magnitude spiel. The magnitude scale is an inverse logarithmic scale, meaning that as the magnitudes increase, the object appears to its brightness decreases by a factor of about 2.5. The dimmest that the human eye can see is around 6th magnitude. So any magnitudes greater than 6, you'll need a telescope or binoculars to spot that. So a magnitude 7 object is 2.5 times dimmer than a magnitude 6 object, while a magnitude 5 object is 2.5 times brighter. The magnitude scale is designed so that every 5 magnitudes is either increases or decreases by a factor of about 100. So the lower the magnitudes, the brighter the object. So get out there and take a look. And take a look with binoculars. You'll see a lot more. And telescopes, you'll see even with the bright object that you can see. You definitely pull that detail in for sure. Let's see, we for most of the northern hemisphere, we are no longer observing daylight saving time. That ended for the U.S., for most of the U.S. back on the 2nd. But you may want to check out www.timeanddate.com to see who does observe daylight saving time, both in the northern and southern hemispheres. We got Mars. Mars is setting about 5:30 in the evening this week. Look for Mars very low to the west in the evening, about 30 minutes after sunset. Mars moves from the constellation of Libra into Ophiuchus, shining at magnitude 1.5. So Mars and Mercury are very close, about 8 minutes apart. So take a look. Mercury sets about 8 minutes before Mars. Excuse me. Those M's are getting me all messed up. So let's try that again. Mercury sets about within 8 minutes of Mars. So take a look towards the west to see if you can spot either of those two objects. We got Jupiter stationary today, meaning that it is, if you take a look at Jupiter, it will neither appear to move forward nor backward relative to the background skies. Jupiter is rising about 9 p.m. this evening. Look for Jupiter to the southeast in the evening, then follow it across the sky, the night sky, as it sets in the early morning hours before dawn. Jupiter's in the constellation of Gemini, shining at magnitude minus 2.4. And we got Saturn will be stationary on the 28th. Saturn is rising about 2:30 in the afternoon this week. Look for Saturn to the south in the evening sky soon after sunset. Saturn is in the constellation of Aquarius, shining at magnitude 0.8. And then we got Uranus. Uranus will be at opposition on the 21st, rising as the sun sets. Uranus is rising right now about 5 p.m. Just a few minutes after 5 p.m. This week. Uranus is at its best and brightest for the year this month. Look for Uranus to the south in the evening. Uranus is in the constellation of Taurus, shining at magnitude 5.6. And we got Ron over there on YouTube, also a Navy vet, served from 76 to 80. on the USS Fresno, so based out of San Diego. So thanks for that, Ron. Appreciate it. Neptune. Neptune is rising about 2:45 p.m. in the afternoon this week. Look for Neptune to the south in the evening, just east following Saturn by a few minutes all month. So those two are fairly close together. They keep moving a little bit further and further away as the month progresses. On with our dwarf planets, we've got Ceres will be stationary on the 27th. Ceres is rising about 3:30 in the afternoon. This week, Ceres can be spotted low to the south, just below and east of Saturn and Neptune. Ceres is in the constellation of Cetus, shining at magnitude 8.3. Then we got Pluto. Pluto is setting, about 9:30 p.m. this week. The best time to spot Pluto will be in the early evening when it is highest in the sky to the southwest. Pluto is in the constellation of Capricornus, shining at magnitude 15.3. That one may be a little bit more difficult to spot unless you are having, as always, good luck at spotting Neptune, Ceres, and Pluto on a large telescope, and dark skies will be needed. You'll definitely have to get away from city lights to spot Pluto, and you'll have to spend some patience to find that. You'll have to look at it several nights in a row to see which little dot might move relative to the background stars. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Okay, meteor showers. The Leonids, the duration of this shower covers the period of November 14th through 20th. Maximum occurs on November 17th. And that's this weekend, or that early next week. Maximum hourly rate typically reaches 10 to 15, but most notable are periods of enhanced activity that occur every 33 years. Events that are directly associated with the periodic return of Comet Tempel-Tuttle. During the exceptional returns, the Leonids have produced rates of up to several thousand meteors per hour. The Leonids are swift meteors, which are best known for leaving a high percentage of persistent trains. And this month, the full moon will not contend. It's going to be closer to new moon time frame, last quarter and a new moon. So you'll have a little bit of a crescent, waning crescent moon in the early morning hours before sunrise to see the Leonids. And this is not one of those every 33-year occurrences, but that'll be coming up soon enough. And we'll definitely talk about that in a few years when that happens. So go out there, take a look, see if you can see some of those Leonids. It's one of the best meteor showers for fall, late fall. Okay, we got some comets. Comet C 2025 A6 Lemon is passing through the constellation of Ophiuchus low to the west. By the end of the month, it may be too low and lost in the evening twilight glow. Comet Lemon is visible with the naked, well, probably not right now. It's probably dimmed to about 6 magnitude or so. So you'll definitely still have to get away from city lights to spot the comet shining around 6 magnitude right now. Look for Comet Lemon in the early part of the month. A 3 to 4 inch scope or greater in dark skies will still be needed to spot some of the details. It'll be low to the west in the early evening hours, so you'll definitely have to catch that after sunset and the skies get dark. We still have Comet R2 Swan is passing through the constellation of Aquarius and into Pisces by month's end, shining around 8th magnitude and dimming to about 10th magnitude. Comet Swan is fairly close to Saturn and Neptune, so it shouldn't be too hard to find under dark sky conditions. You'll still need binoculars or a telescope to spot that one. But that one's Comet Lemon may still have a bit of a tail. Comet Swan does not. The last time I looked at it, it was just a kind of a fuzzy patch in the night sky. And that's it for the local astronomical news. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Just looking. Okay, I'm just getting a few more call signs. KM6VAY, that's the over on YouTube. Thanks for checking in tonight. D. Michael, AF0SF, thanks for checking in tonight. As well, so appreciate that over on YouTube. So great to have you guys there. And had Mark KC8FQV, thanks for checking in tonight. All right, and I do appreciate everybody showing up on YouTube there. And yeah, I think I started something over on my IAAS chat group. They're posting a whole bunch of images out. Looks like the sky is almost on fire with the auroral activity tonight. So they have dark skies, so I'm kind of jealous of seeing that. Hopefully we'll talk a little bit about that with the students on Friday. So I'm glad they got out there and saw that. So, and yeah, if you haven't yet and you checked in late and you're in the northern latitudes, Lily's, or at least in Colorado or any other state, just go out and see, because it says nearly half of the U.S. may be able to see some auroral activity tonight. Go outside and look up into the skies and see if you can see some of that auroral activity, especially those that are north tonight. I definitely want to hear those observational reports tonight. As well. So who's looking at the aurora tonight? We already talked about that due to the geomagnetic storm today. So ISS passes, for those of you who are interested in ISS passes over your area, you may want to check out www.heavens-above.com. That's www.heavens-above.com. Okay, I posted over on YouTube this particular page, Heavens Above. There you go. It gives ISS passes plus a whole lot more. You may want to check that out. Try to get rid of some of the extraneous stuff here. The one thing I like about this website is if I click on a particular pass for the ISS, like over the Denver area, this particular pass is for the 13th at 5:55 p.m. Nice solid, nearly overhead pass. Nearly overhead pass that gives me a nice star chart that I can print out on a nice 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. And you can see what constellations that it's passing through at that particular time. By 5:30, the skies are dark enough to see that, and the ISS will be illuminated. You can see that it disappears at the tail end, a few minutes after 6, or a few seconds after 6 p.m. there over the Denver area. You may want to check out that site again. Is www.heavens-above.com. And I do recommend you guys sign up for that. Put in your home coordinates so you can see, so you can get more accurate readings for where you are. And that's it for that bulletin. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Okay, I got an interesting bulletin here from Science Daily. I usually depend on JPL to provide some good bulletins to pass along to you guys, but I have other sources as well. During the government shutdown, JPL is not putting out too much, if any, news. Stellarly or any other way because of the shutdown. So I rely on other sources. I found this one interesting. The universe's first radio waves could reveal dark matter. Faint radio whispers from the cosmic dark ages may hold the secrets of dark matter's true nature. So here's another example of combining radio with astronomy. So where we go. For the first time, researchers at Tel Aviv University have predicted what might be discovered by detecting radio waves that originated in the early universe. Their results suggest that during the cosmic dark ages, dark matter gathered into dense clumps across space, pulling in hydrogen gas that emitted intense radio waves. This new approach could offer a way to investigate one of science's biggest mysteries, the true nature of dark matter. Studying the cosmic dark ages from the moon. According to the researchers, the cosmic dark ages, the period just before the first stars formed, can be explored by detecting radio waves emitted by the hydrogen gas that once filled the universe. Although everyday antennas easily detect radio waves, the signals from this ancient era are blocked by Earth's atmosphere. Studying them requires instruments in space, especially on the moon, where the lack of an atmosphere and human-made interference provides ideal conditions. Building a telescope on the lunar surface is a formidable task, but the timing may be right. A global race is underway to return to the moon, with the United States, Europe, China, and India all pursuing new lunar missions. These agencies are seeking meaningful scientific objectives for future moon projects, and this new research underscores the potential of lunar-based radio astronomy to probe the early universe. Exploring the universe before the first stars. Professor Barkana explains. NASA's new James Webb Space Telescope discovered recently distant galaxies whose light we received from early galaxies around 300 billion years after the Big Bang. Our new research studies an even earlier and more mysterious era, the cosmic dark ages, only 100 million years after the Big Bang. Computer simulations predict that dark matter throughout the universe was forming dense clumps, which would later help form the first stars and galaxies. The predicted size of these nuggets depends on, and thus can't help illuminate, the unknown properties of dark matter, but they cannot be seen directly. However, these dark matter clumps pulled in hydrogen gas and caused it to emit stronger radio waves. We predict that the cumulative effect of all this can be detected with radio antennas that measure the average radio intensity on the sky. These simulations suggest that radio signals from the dark ages, while faint, carry valuable clues about the invisible structures that seeded the formation of galaxies. Detecting them could transform our understanding of the universe's earliest moments. From the cosmic dark ages to the dawn of stars. Although the expected signal is weak, successfully observing it could open a new window for testing theories of dark matter. When the first stars appeared shortly afterward, during a phase known as the cosmic dawn, their light likely amplified this radio emission dramatically. Signals from the later era should be easier to detect with ground-based telescopes, although they are harder to interpret because star formation introduces additional complexity. To tackle this challenge, scientists are turning to vast radio telescope networks designed to map subtle variations in cosmic radio intensity. One of the largest efforts is the Square Kilometer Array, or SKA, a global collaboration involving an array of 80,000 radio antennas currently under construction in Australia. Professor Barkana plays a key role in this international project, which aims to capture patterns of strong and weak radio emissions that could reveal where dark matter clumps once existed. A new window into dark matter's origin. The team believes that their predictions may provide an important step forward in understanding dark matter. Today, dark matter is intertwined with galaxies and stars, making its properties difficult to isolate. In contrast, the early universe offers a pristine setting, essentially an untouched laboratory for investigating how dark matter behaves without interference from later cosmic structures. Professor Barkana concludes, just as old radio stations are being replaced with newer technology that brings forth websites and podcasts, astronomers are expanding the reach of radio astronomy. When scientists open a new observational window, surprising discoveries usually result. The holy grail of physics is to discover the properties of dark matter, the mysterious substance that we know constitutes most of the matter in the universe, and yet we do not know much about its nature and properties. Understandably, astronomers are eager to start tuning into the cosmic radio channels of the early universe. And that's it for the bulletins for this evening. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. All right, now's the time for the rocket report. Okay, let's see. The rocket report from Ed, W6RDZ's Rocket Report for 11/11/2025. This rocket report covers the period of 11/4 through the 18th. Last week's launches, the worldwide launch cadence remains brisk, averaging better than one launch per day. 9 orbital launches made it off the pad last week, 4 SpaceX, 4 Chinese, and 1 Rocket Lab. We look to be on track for a record 300 to 310 launches for the year. Wednesday, November 5th, Rocket Lab successfully launched the Nation God Navigates mission on an Electron Curie rocket from pad LC-1B, Mahia Peninsula, New Zealand at 12:51 Mountain Standard Time. Manufactured by Japan's IQPS, the QPS SAR-14 is a high-performance synthetic aperture radar satellite and is the 6th IQPS satellite launched by Rocket Lab. Of a planned 36 satellite constellation, it was Rocket Lab's 70th successful Electron flight and 16th Electron launch of 2025. Just a sec. I'm going to go ahead and post the Rocket Report link over on YouTube for those of you who may want to check that out, because there are some interesting videos in there as well. Okay. I guess I need to transmit that. I'm posting the link to the Rocket Report over on YouTube for those of you who may want to check that out. Let's see. Don Rockman, Cervantes. Okay, new here. Okay, welcome, welcome, Don. Found me on the radio. So if you are on the radio, don't have your license yet. So okay, no worries. Welcome. I'm glad you, Hobart, Indiana. So great to see you checking that out. I do appreciate that, Don, and welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net tonight over there on YouTube. Yeah, if any of you guys are out there, definitely take a look and see if you can see the aurora out there and post that over on YouTube. I wish we could post pictures. I'm not sure if we can do that over on YouTube or not. But all right. All right, where was I? The Rocket Report, I did post that over on the YouTube for there, and I can post that over here too. Also, last Wednesday, November 5th, SpaceX launched Starlink Group 6-81 on a Falcon 9 from SLC-40 Cape Canaveral Space Force Station, Florida, at 16:08 Mountain Standard Time. 29 Starlinks went to low Earth orbit. It was Booster 1094's fifth flight and the 555th successful flight of a Falcon 9. Thursday, November 6th at 14:13 Mountain Standard Time, SpaceX successfully launched Starlink Group 11-14 on a Falcon 9 from SLC-4E Vandenberg Space Force Base, California. 28 Starlink high-speed internet satellites joined the constellation in Leo. This was Booster 1093's 8th flight and recovery. Saturday, November 8th at 14:01 Mountain Standard Time, China Aerospace and Science Corporation launched the Xi'an 3201-03 mission on a Long March 11H rocket from the Haiyang spaceport in China's coastal waters. Okay, I'm not seeing anything coming up on. Let's see if someone can post. If you can hear me. Oh, there we go. There we go. We're up and running. Just a little lag time on my time monitor here. 3 Chinese satellites went to LEO, reportedly for orbital technological testing purposes. It was the 260th orbital launch attempt of 2025. Also later that Saturday, November 6th at 2032 Mountain Standard Time, China's CIS launched the Tian-2 01 and 02 satellites on a 4-stage Kinetica 1 rocket from Site 130, Jiuquan Satellite Launch Center, China. 2 satellites are for testing very low Earth orbit satellites for Earth observation purposes. It was the 4th Kinetica launch of 2025. Sunday, November 9th at 0110 Mountain Standard Time, SpaceX launched the Starlink Group 10-51 from SLC-39A. Kennedy Space Center, Florida, a Falcon 9 rocket lifted 29 Starlink version 2 minis to low Earth orbit. It was booster B1069's 28th flight and recovery in SpaceX's 148th successful mission of 2025. Sunday, November 9th. At 1941 Mountain Standard Time, China's CASC successfully launched the SatNet LEO Group 13 mission on a Long March 12, launching from LC-2 Wenchang Space Launch Site, China. Another batch of LEO communication satellites joined the Chinese state-owned constellation. China did not release the number of satellites on board the launch. The previous SatNet launch mission launched 9 satellites to the constellation. The constellation is planned to eventually consist of 13,000 satellites. Sunday, November 9th at 2102 Mountain Standard Time, China's Galactic Energy experienced a launch failure of the Series 1 rocket launching the Jilin-1 high-resolution 04C on and 2 other satellites. Series 1-1 4-stage shut down prematurely 510 seconds into the burn.
Fourth stage shut down prematurely 510 seconds into the burn.
Okay, let me start that sentence over again. Series 1-1 4-stage shut down prematurely 510 seconds into the burn and did not reach orbit. It was the 22nd flight of the 4-stage solid fuel Series 1 small-sat rocket and the second failure. And number 9 for last week, SpaceX launched Starlink Group 6-87 Monday, November 10th at 2021 Mountain Standard Time from SLC 40 Cape Canaveral. Booster B1096 boosted 29 Starlinks to LEO on its 3rd flight and recovery. This launch was the 265th orbital launch attempt of 2025. This week, SpaceX announced that it now has more than 8 million active Starlink users across 150 countries and territories. Okay, I see a few people are bugging out for this evening, so thanks for that. If you're still on, appreciate it, guys. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net, continuing. Upcoming launches for the week. 7 launches are currently on the worldwide launch manifest for next week for SpaceX, 1 Rocket Lab, 1 Blue Origin, and 1 ULA. I do have a, let's see, Dave, if you're still listening, AF0AS, I do have a question for you when we get down to that. I'm just wondering how SpaceX goes about numbering their Starlink groups, 10 dash whatever, 6 dash whatever, 11 dash whatever. I'm assuming, but you can correct me if I'm wrong, it all depends on which particular orbits they go to. I'm not sure, but you can let me know when we get to going down the list in just a bit. All right, continuing on. Tomorrow, November 12th at 12:50 Mountain Standard Time, Blue Origin intends to try again to launch its heavy lift New Glenn rocket. Blue Origin called off its first attempt launch on November 9th, citing weather, a technical ground support issue, and a cruise ship in restricted waters. The booster will make a second recovery attempt. The first failed. By landing the booster on the recovery drone ship Jacqueline in the Atlantic Ocean. The Escapade mission consists of two identical NASA spacecraft named Blue and Gold, going to Mars to study ion and sputtered escape of atmosphere from Mars. Launch is scheduled for 12:51 Mountain Standard Time Friday. Thursday, November 13th at 2000 Mountain Standard Time, United Launch Alliance, or ULA, will try yet again to launch the Viasat-3 F2 mission on an Atlas V in a 551 configuration from SLC-41 Cape Canaveral Space Force Station, Florida. ULA scrubbed this launch 2 days in a row last week, Wednesday, November 5th, and again on Thursday, November 6th, due to the same sticky O2 valve problem. Friday, November 14th at 20:01 Mountain Standard Time, SpaceX is scheduled to launch Starlink Group 6-89 on a Falcon 9 departing LC-39A, Kennedy Space Center, Florida. Scheduled simultaneously, at least at this press time, Friday, November 14th at 20:01 Mountain Standard Time, SpaceX plans a second launch, Starlink Group 6-85. Should head to Leo on a Falcon 9 departing SLC-40 Cape Canaveral, just miles from Cocoa Beach. Rocket Lab plans to launch the suborbital VAN mission on an Electron rocket from Wallops Flight Facility in Virginia, Sunday, November 16th at 05:45 Mountain Standard Time. It will be Rocket Lab's 75th mission. SpaceX intends to launch the Sentinel-6B mission Sunday, November 16th at 22:21 Mountain Standard Time on a Falcon 9 from Vandenberg. And finally, Tuesday, November 18th at 16:29 Mountain Standard Time, SpaceX is scheduled to launch Starlink Group 6-94 from SLC-40 Cape Canaveral, Florida. And here's some space news for you. The FAA has banned daytime commercial launches in the USA during the ongoing U.S. government shutdown. As air traffic controllers are not being paid, many are calling out sick. The FAA cites fatigue and short staffing as the reason. The ban does not affect NASA and military launches. Jared Isaacman is back to head NASA. The White House has renominated astronaut Jared Isaacman to head NASA. This is widely viewed as a positive within the space community. Chinese astronauts are stranded on the Chinese space station. Well, kind of. Last week, we covered the successful launch of the Shenzhou 21 crewed launch to the Tiangong space station. The three-man Shenzhou 21 crew relieved the three-man Shenzhou 20 crew who served their 6-month duty on the station. The Shenzhou 20 crew was supposed to return to Earth last Wednesday. However, departure preparations uncovered that the Shenzhou 20 spacecraft has likely been struck by space debris. No worries for the crew, as there is plenty of food and supplies on board the station. China has announced that the Shenzhou 20 spacecraft will return to Earth without crew as a prudent safety precaution. A new Shenzhou spacecraft, already in preparation for a cargo resupply mission, will be sent to the Tiangong space station soon to enable the Chinese astronauts a safe return. And that's it for tonight's Rocket Report. W6RDZ Rocket Man Ed wishes you a good night and nominal flight. Now back to Starman Burners, KI0AR, net control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. That's it. Okay. That is it. Let's see. I got a reply from Dave on the Starlink launches are shell number hyphen launch number. You think? Okay. We'll go with that, Dave. We'll go with that for sure. Let's see. All right, I think I've acknowledged everybody that's checked in one way or another. Yeah, not seeing any new check-ins over on YouTube, nor any new check-ins over on NetLogger. And I don't think, let me see if I have any emails there. We'll have to check that. Nope, no check-ins there either. All right. So, before we go down the list and hear everybody's observation reports, especially if you got to see some aurora tonight, I'd like to hear that. I'll go ahead and open up the net for anyone else wishing to check into tonight's Colorado Astronomy Net. Please call with your call sign phonetically twice.
Kilo Alpha 3, Uniform Foxtrot Victor. Kilo Alpha 3, Uniform Foxtrot Victor.
Okay, Sean, good evening to you. KA3UFV, thanks for checking in tonight. Anyone else wishing to check into tonight's Colorado Astronomy Net, please call with your call sign phonetically twice.
November 5, Whiskey, Romeo Whiskey.
After by different someone there, November 0, Mike Echo Sierra, November 0, Mike Echo Sierra, Thomas Parker.
Okay, let's see. And we got Ed out there listening in too. Okay, all right, got a bunch of people. Let me check out that. Let's see. All right. Oh, okay. Who do we got? We got Sean. We got Dwight. N5 WRW. Thanks for checking in tonight. Dwight, that's a new call on the list. So welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net. I'm going to get back to you in just a sec. We got Tom N0MES. Thanks for checking in tonight. John KA9 TQC. Checking in with us on NetLogger, so thanks for that, John. That's a new call as well, so thanks for that. I'm going to get back with you too as well. Let's see, I've got to mark these down. And Ed out there monitoring tonight, sending me a picture. Got you on the list there, Ed. All right. For the new calls on the list, my name is Bernice. That's Bravo, Uniform, Romeo, November, Echo, Sierra, Sierra, and the call sign Kilowatt India 0 Alpha Romeo. Welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net. I like to touch base with my new calls on the list, or new people checking in either way. So Don over there on YouTube, listen up, and you can post if you like. I always like to find out what your interest background is in astronomy, whether you're just starting out, you've been doing it for decades like I have, somewhere in between. Do you like astrophotography, radio astronomy, or just out there learning what's up in the night skies? Let's see, Dwight, N5, WRW. Welcome to the net tonight. Tell us a little bit about your background interest in astronomy. Go ahead. Okay, John up in Wisconsin, KA9TQC. Welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net. Tell us a little bit about your background interest in astronomy. Please go ahead.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Fascinating to listen to the net. KE9TQC, a little bit west of Green Bay. We're far enough north that my wife and I actually just went out with cameras to a little spot north of us, which is ideal for viewing the northern lights, but alas, we had too much cloud cover, so we came back empty-handed. But my daughter, whose undergrad degree was in meteorology, is obsessed by northern lights to the point of traveling to Iceland once in the dead of winter, just specifically to try to see them. So anyhow, we've been listening to not really fully grasping the detail of what you're getting into, but just fascinating to listen to. So thank you very much. And back to you, KA9TQC.
Okay, yeah, I see you go by Jack. All right, Jack, no worries. This is a learning net, so I tell everybody I learned something new on the net as well. And yeah, that was kind of an interesting article that I read on the dark matter and things like that, and figuring out radio waves from billions and billions of years ago, and we're still hearing that stuff. That, you know, that's just incredible. It's kind of hard to wrap your mind around that as well. So definitely some interesting stuff tonight too, Jack. So, and I do appreciate questions. I'm also on YouTube. That might be, if you got to check out. I got a long list tonight. That's great. I got 30 check-ins. This is, and not much time to do it, so I'm going to go pretty quick down the list tonight. We did have a fair amount dropping off for one reason or another, so we'll go through that pretty quick. But but right now, I have this is the part of the net where everyone else gets to contribute to the net. Questions, comments, observation reports, anything you'd like to pass along to the net, now's the time to do it. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. First on the list tonight is Moy down in Texas, N5ZIQ. Good evening to you, Moy. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. Oh, okay. Yeah, there is a note from Moy he had to check out. Next on the list, I'm going to go pretty quick down the list tonight. Next on the list is Randall up in Washington, AE7RJ. Good evening to you, Randall. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. Next on the list is Ken in Nevada, NV7SS. Good evening to you, Ken. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
Yeah, good evening there, Bernice. NV7SS here in Indian Springs, Nevada, where we're under cloudy skies right now. Not real cloudy, but see a few stars out there. But boy, I tell you, the last few nights have been nice and clear. And I tell you, Orion is sure standing out there. It's just beautiful up there. I go out there and he's just about right overhead there. He is just beautiful, I tell you. But that's about all there, Bernice. Can't think much else to say there. Thanks for doing the net. And yeah, that was very interesting, those two spacecrafts going to Mars. Yeah, I read an article about that, and it sounds like about the same one you read. But anyway, that's a very interesting thing there. I'm anxious to see what comes of that. But anyway, Bernice, you take care, and we'll see you next time. NV7SS, back to you there, Bernice.
All right, Ken. Yeah, you still have a chance. There's lots of solar activity. So the next couple of nights might keep your fingers crossed to go out tomorrow night. Let's see, what is tonight? Tonight's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night. So you may still have some auroral activity as well. So if you miss out tonight, you may be able to catch some more tomorrow or Thursday night as well. So check spaceweather.com for more updates on auroral activity there for sure. And that goes for everybody out there listening one way or another. And Jack sent me. Okay, that was earlier. I missed his. I missed his text. Jack, we got you on the list. KE0VH over watching YouTube. Let's see. Next on the list is Dave up in Evergreen, AF0AS. Good evening to you, Dave. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
Well, I think first the last aurora forecast I just looked at says tomorrow is going to be peak activity. They're predicting the overhead aurora south boundary will be the Colorado-Wyoming line, pretty much continuing straight up the U.S. So the northern half of the U.S. is pretty much going not just to the north, but straight up to the aurora activity. Camera visible activity will be all the way down to North Texas. So we should have some pretty spectacular displays around the U.S. if the clouds are cooperative tomorrow night. The other comment 10 a.m. p.m. and 6 a.m. local time. All of SpaceX's launches on the East Coast were for 8 p.m. Colorado time, which is exactly 10 p.m. East Coast time. Same with the ULA launch. The Vandenberg launch is 1 hour later, so 10 p.m. Vandenberg time would be 11. So yeah, it's sort of interesting what's going to happen with space now. If the budget gets approved and the FAA gets their money and the air traffic controllers come back, it will get better. Unfortunately, it will not return to what it was 2 weeks ago or a month ago, because during this budget impasse, the FAA air traffic control staffing has had quadruple the number of normal retirements. So the FAA is going to be hurting for probably a year or two now to make up the slack in the extra retirements. I think that's all I've got. Other than that, things have been pretty quiet. There's lots of launches. The F-0A is clear.
All right, Dave, thanks for those updates. Appreciate your comments. Appreciate you checking in tonight. Next on the list is Rip out in West Virginia, K3XO. Good evening to you, Rip. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
Rip in West Virginia. And I was just sitting here thinking, which is kind of dangerous for me sometimes, but in any event, I was just sitting here thinking, the number of space launches of all various types, whether and or not, the satellites and what have you. I remember I was in Florida in 1962 when John Glenn went up, and I was in the Orlando area, but we knew it was happening, and we went outside, and we could see the vapor trail from the rocket, the rocket launch that was launched from Canaveral. And I remember thinking at the time, wow. But that was just one launch of very few that year, and it's astonishing to me how many launches are happening. And it doesn't get too crowded up there because there just seems to be an awful lot of stuff up there, and I wonder how much of that's going to actually come down as junk. But in any event, thank you for doing that. It's all very interesting, and I enjoy it. Back to that, K3XO. And I was in the Orlando area, but we knew it was happening, and we went outside, and we could see the vapor trail from the rocket that went, the rocket launch that was launched from Cape Canaveral. And I remember thinking at the time, wow. But that was just one.
All right, Rip, appreciate you sharing that with us. Yeah, I probably watched John Glenn on the TV at that time. But definitely, one launch a year. Well, they probably had a few satellites mixed in there, but yeah, we're talking tens of thousands of satellites up there now. In fact, when I did, I think I talked about this a couple weeks ago, when I did go out and take a look at the comets through my scope and binoculars, and I saw probably a satellite per minute pass through my field of vision through the binoculars for sure, and not quite that frequency through the telescope field of view, but I definitely saw the bright satellites pass through my field of view through the telescope as well. under 50 magnification. So point your binoculars just somewhere above the horizon into the sky. Put it on a tripod or something like that, and watch the number of satellites pass through your field of vision. Right now, you can point it in any direction. I was looking towards the west. I pointed it towards the south as well when I was looking at the other comet, a little higher up, and saw about the same rate of satellites pushing through or passing through the field of vision in a pair of binoculars. You don't see them with the naked eye. Actually, we did see a couple of satellites pass over as well, but it's just mind-boggling just watching the number of satellites at any given period passing through your field of vision. Take one of those clickers and see how many you can count in the space of an hour. So lots of stuff up there for sure there, Rip. Appreciate your comments. Appreciate you checking in tonight. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Right, next on the list is Thomas in Tennessee, KN4EWT. Good evening to you, Thomas. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. Let's see, next on the list is Jackson in Estes Park over on YouTube. Same question for you if you got anything of interest that you want to pass along, especially if you saw some of the aurora. I think you did. You can pass that along over on YouTube. I know there's about a minute or so delay over on YouTube for that, so hopefully you'll get this and post something over there. Next on the list is Brian up in Wyoming, KM7BYR. Again, Brian, welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net. What have you got for us tonight? Go ahead. Next on the list is Blake in Idaho Springs, W0SCA. Good evening to you, Blake. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. Next on the list is Mike down in Oklahoma, KO5AOK. Good evening to you, Mike, over on YouTube. Just wondering if you can see any auroral activity down that far south. You can post over on YouTube there, but appreciate you checking in tonight over there. And any comments you make as well. Next on the list is Stephen in Wisconsin, KA9OMY. Good evening to you, Stephen. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
Okay, nice. OMY. I went outside and looked. We're overcast, so that did not work out at all for seeing anything. But hopefully, maybe the dog will have to go out about 2 in the morning, something like that. It'll be one of the times I won't mind going outside in the cold. Otherwise, last week I mentioned that I was going to get a chance to do something a little different with the moon, and did some moon bumps, made dozen contacts with that stuff. That ever neat.
really strange is actually hearing your own signal come back for, you know, almost a second or so. That was pretty strange hearing your own signal coming back off the board, considering, you know, the speed of light and everything, how far out it is. So that is about it. From here on, maybe next week we'll let you know if we did see the northern lights at all. This is K9.
Stephen, as I remember, Stephen, was that on FT8? So that was digital. It's correct.
Yes, it was a type of digital, and we were also running 1296 and running 450 watts of power. And it was a type of FTA.
All right, Stephen. Congratulations on making those EME contacts. That's definitely neat. Thanks for sharing that with us. Definitely astronomy related, for sure, and radio as well, bouncing signals off the moon. I know you guys think that's pretty neat too. That's definitely cool. So I appreciate you sharing that with us, Stephen. Appreciate your comments. Appreciate you checking in tonight. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. All right, Mike Coletta down in Oklahoma. Yes, we were able to see red-colored northern lights here in Verdigris, Oklahoma, northeast of Tulsa. Very, very cool. So that auroral activity is getting even further south than Colorado tonight. Again, we haven't missed it. It may even peak tomorrow night, so it may even be stronger tomorrow night as well as Thursday evening. May see some auroral activity. So everybody keep your fingers crossed that there'll be clear skies over your area tomorrow if you do not have them tonight for sure. Next on the list is Philip in Frisco, K5RUN. Good evening to you, Philip. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
Thank you, brother, for enjoying the net tonight. I'm starting to look at some entry-level scopes, thinking about buying the first one. And I had sent you an email, but I sent it to the ARL address that was on QRZ, and I noticed you using a different email today when you were talking. So I don't know if you saw that, but I was just wanting to get some input on some couple of entry-level scopes I was looking at.
All right, Philip. Yeah, I did see that email. I saw it this afternoon. I do apologize. I try work with computers most of my life, and the last thing I want to do is hop on and do much of it. You'd be surprised how much email accumulates in several days if you ignore it, kind of like cockroaches. Philip, yes, I saw that. I took a look at the two links that you sent me, two slightly different scopes. Both reflectors there. One is, let's see, it's just out azimuth altitude. Well, let's see, and the other one is an equatorial mount. Both manual, so you're going to have fun tracking objects through the sky with either of them. It's not clock driven. They can be retrofitted with clock mechanisms. They are definitely entry-level scopes. Looks like both of them had solid bases, so that's what you really want, is something good and solid for a base and sturdy, so you don't have too much vibrational influences messing up what you're taking a look at. Both of those you'll still want to look at with low power optics. That goes for any scope of any size. The higher the magnification, the faster the object is going to move through the field of view without power, or without being clock driven, having a clock built in that will compensate for the Earth's rotation. So it goes around once in 24 hours as we do, but it goes in the opposite direction, tracking the objects in the sky. So that's what I mean by a clock drive. Those scopes, both of them will have to be done manually. One looks a little bit smaller, so you have to also think of storage space. Do you have room to store those things in your house or in your car? It depends. If you got a pickup, yeah, no problem. If you got a VW Bug, yeah, maybe a little bit more problem with that. I'm going to let this thing reset. Okay, just a quick background for everybody else. Philip sent me an email earlier this week about getting into some entry-level telescopes. He sent me a couple of links to one Dobsonian telescope and another smaller Schmidt-Cassegrain similar type telescope. One of the Newtonian is sitting on its base, so you've got to move in two directions, up and down, right and left, or out azimuth, altitude and your azimuth in the direction. So you've got two directions to move that scope. While in the other one, which is an equatorial mount, you actually line that center shaft up with the North Star. And so you essentially follow a particular object across the sky using only one of the axes, the right ascension or declination. Well, right ascension, it'll stay in declination, the same thing. But right ascension, you will track it across the skies as it moves, since neither of those telescopes are, like I said, clock driven. Reasonably priced. You might be able to find some used ones. Most astronomers take very good care of their equipment. The only reason that they get rid of them is because of their eyesight, or they just get too old for them, or have bought new scopes or something like that to replace the old ones and just don't have the space to store the older scopes. So or want to hand them down to someone else that will appreciate their use as well. So used scopes are fine. Budget-wise, usually I tell people that if they're starting out early, start off with a good pair of observational binoculars. Those you can shove in a backpack. Take them with you in the car, toss them on the car seat. Well, be careful tossing them on the car seat. Being able to mount them to a tripod and take them out as well. So advantages to all. If you want to get into the clock-driven ones, they're going to cost you a little bit more, but they will track the stars automatically across the skies. And of course, the more money you put into it, the more bells and whistles you're going to get there, Philip. Hopefully, that answers your question for the most part. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net.
Yeah, real good. Appreciate the information. Yeah, I think to try and keep costs down, I might be looking at that refurbished one from High Point Scientific, the Orion short tube reflector. But that's good to know, and I will look at the clock driven. It does sound like quite an enhancement. I don't know just how much more it would be, but it does sound like quite a difference. So really appreciate the help. I know you got a short time, a lot of people talk to on the net, so I appreciate the input. And like I said, you for doing the net in 73. This is K5 RUN.
All right, Philip. No worries. Let's see. I think astronomy.com, Astronomy Magazine, space.com as well. You might check that out. Has some decent articles on the different telescopes and telescope buying as well. I could run a whole show on that alone and all the questions that you guys might have about telescopes, and try to do my best to tell you about them. But yeah, good luck with that. Let us know. Yeah, the clock-driven ride. Yeah, I had an old refractor when I traded that in for my reflector, my Celestron back in 1980. And I remember that fractor. I was turning the right ascension and the declination to track things across the skies. And it got a little tiresome, especially if on the higher magnification. You really have to spin those knobs there to keep up. So that's why I say lower magnification for sure. Yeah, beware. Here's buyer beware. If someone is trying to sell you magnification, I just say run away. Because it's not the magnification that you're looking for in a scope. It's light gathering power. Most of even the biggest scopes on the planet use lower magnification for what they're looking at. They just gather a heck of a lot more light to get those images. So there you go. All right, continuing on. Next on the list is Mark in Longmont. K0GLR. Good evening to you, Mark. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. Okay, next on the list is Chuck in Florida. WB4AIZ. Good evening to you, Chuck. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. All right, next on the list is Ronald in North Carolina. KM4LDR. Good evening to Ronald. Again, welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net. What have you got for us tonight? Go ahead. Next on the list is Roy out in Oregon, KI7PKL. Good evening to you, Roy. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
Well, good evening, British Net. Well, I have lots of clouds to share with everyone, but I'm pretty sure no one wants them. So, anyway, yeah, astronomy's always been like that. It always will be. That's just how it works. Anyway, thanks for doing a great net. We'll send it back your way. This is KI7PKL.
All right, Roy. Yeah, hopefully it'll clear up, and maybe you'll get to see some auroral activity up there in Oregon tomorrow night, maybe Thursday. So I'll keep my fingers crossed for you as well. or try to move out from underneath those clouds if you can. Shoot, I'm getting some great pictures from people with cell phones. So you won't have to drag all your equipment out. Just take your cell phone out somewhere under a clear sky and see what you can do. And I would be interested in seeing anybody's pictures. If you've got some pictures, anybody there on YouTube or on the net out there listening, if you've taken any pictures of the aurora tonight, tomorrow, Thursday night, I'd love to see pictures from you guys. You can send them to ki0ar@ki0ar.com, or look me up on QRZ, and send them there. I definitely like to see, and maybe I'll make a nice slideshow or something like that for next month's newsletter with auroral activity over wherever you happen to be, because this event is tremendous for the next couple of days for sure. So would be interesting to see see what you guys can come up with. So not just tonight, but tomorrow night is maybe even the peak, and maybe even Thursday night as well. So love to see some pictures if you got them. All right, Roy, appreciate your comments. Appreciate you checking in tonight. Next on the list, over on YouTube, Mike and Brighton, KF0RMH. I don't know if you're still over there on YouTube, but if you've seen any images over there or see any of the auroral activity, like to hear that. But I definitely appreciate you checking in tonight as well from Brighton over on YouTube. All right, next on the list is David in Ohio, WE8M. Good evening to you, David. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. Oh, I just saw a comment from him. He's just listening tonight. Well, David, I got, we'll try anyway. WE8M, what have you got for us tonight? Go ahead.
Hey guys, this is WDA now. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I could get back to here after coming outside for the aurora, but I did get a good image of it. So anyway, I appreciate it if you could let me know where I could send the image so other people can enjoy it.
You bet, Dave. Yeah, just send it to my email. You got several of my email addresses. Just send it there. I'll see what I can collect between now and the 1st of December when I put out the next newsletter. That'd be neat to post everybody's. I actually got quite a few pictures from several people already. So I'll have to go out and try to get one of my own to post as well, even if it is with a cell phone. That seems to be what people are taking them with too, and then getting some pretty decent shots. So yeah, just send it to me. I'll make a little collage or maybe a slideshow of that or something like that for next month's newsletter, and try to put names on them and stuff like that. That'll mean I got to do some work, but it might be fun doing that. It might be fun. Yeah. So there you go, David.
Alrighty. Well, yeah, thanks for letting me know. I'll send it off to you as soon as I can. I gotta kind of pick out the best image I picked out of the dozen or so photos I took. So it was also through a iPhone as well, just like so many other people. So anyway, 73, back to that, clear skies. KI0AR, this is WDA then.
All right, David, appreciate that. Yeah, you definitely need a wide-angle lens with that, and the cell phones seem to be pretty wide-angled and get the sky pretty well. But if anybody's got some professional cameras or something like that with very wide-angle lenses that can capture the sky like that, definitely like to see those pictures as well. KI0AR at KI0AR.com. All right. This is KI0AR, Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Next, Ron over in Tennessee on YouTube, KM4LDI. If you've got any comments or anything you'd like to pass along over there, just post over there and I'll pass it along. But I do appreciate you. Any comments, earlier comments as well, appreciate you checking in via YouTube. Graham in Scotland has left us, MM1DEA. Has left us as well. It's way too early in the morning for him, or too late as the case may be. So the next on the list is John down in Texas, AB5ZR. John down in Texas. I'm trying to scroll down real quick to see if he's still with us. Good evening to you, John. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. All right, again, John, welcome to the net. And do appreciate you checking in. Let's see, Jack, I just saw your post there. Yeah, I saw the pictures of Mount Hood and Mount St. Helens there. That's cool. Yeah, if the skies clear up, if you're still out in Portland there, or where the heck did you say you were? Yeah. Tonight, tomorrow night, the next night, definitely next couple of nights. If anybody catches that aurora, love to see the pictures. Next on the list is Mark in Aurora, Ohio. How about that? KC8FQV. Good evening to you, Mark. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. All right, let's see. Next on the list, Dean Michael over on YouTube, AF0SF. Good evening to you, Dean Michael. What have you, if you've got anything over there, post over there for us if you would. But appreciate you checking in via YouTube tonight. Thanks for that. Next on the list is, let's see, Stephen up in Fort Collins, KM6VAY, over on YouTube, which we'll see if you're still here. Go ahead, Stephen. What have you got for us tonight? Go ahead. Okay, Stephen posted earlier, let's see, he missed the beginning. He was listening to Tam Skov, the space weather woman, talk about the incoming CMEs. And that was Dr. Tam Skov. I guess that's the space weather woman So I think there was a couple of people that liked her. Lots of good solar activity information. So I'll have to look that up as well. So thanks for that, those of you guys over on YouTube. And Don over in Indiana, do appreciate you checking in via YouTube as well. No license yet, but seeing the aurora over in Hobart, Indiana, so that's cool too. So I do appreciate you checking in, appreciate your posting over there. Next on the list, Sean in Arvada, KA3 UFV. Good evening to you, Sean. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
VA4PMA, this is KK4A in Montgomery, Alabama. Can you copy me?
KK4 Alpha. This is the Colorado Astronomy Net. If you could hold off on giving your call on your friend there, I would certainly appreciate it. This is KI0AR. And if you'd like to check in the Colorado Astronomy Net, I'll get you on the list. So we're just about to wrap up, so give me about another 5 minutes or so. I'd appreciate it there, KK4 Alpha.
Roger. Sorry, they were intervening there. I didn't mean to do that, so I'll go ahead. This is KK4A. I'll be clear.
No worries at all. If this is an emergency, let me ask that. If that's an emergency, please go ahead. I will break for emergencies for sure. The Skyhub Link system is open for that, so don't hesitate to break in. So I just want to confirm, is KK4 Alpha, is this an emergency or just a general call? Go ahead, please.
So Roger, this is not an emergency. More or less a mistake on my part. Sorry about that. Y'all go ahead. KK4A.
No worries at all. Just let me know. And if anybody else does have any emergencies, please use the word break, and we'll get that emergency traffic passed. Let's see. Where was I? Down to Dwight. We called on Sean, didn't hear anything from there. Dwight, N5, WRW. Good evening to you, Dwight, down in Texas. Welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net again. What have you got for us tonight? Go ahead. Next on the list is Tom and Parker, N0MES. Good evening to you, Tom. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
Thanks for receiving that. Just want to say Happy Veterans Day. Thanks to the guy myself. And with the aurora out there, just a quick story. We're flying a P3 Orion off the Sparrow Island. In the dead of winter, and there wasn't a moon. And the aurora was so bright, it was reflecting off the ocean in like low clouds, and it felt like you were flying through this big green, like a snow globe. It was super disorienting. So, I was reminded of that today. I was telling my kids about it. So, thanks for all the veterans out there. Hope you all have a meaningful day. And back to that, to November 0, Mike Echo Trip.
All right, Tom, appreciate your service as well. Yeah. And thanks for that story. Yeah, if you get up there and flying around on a P3 for sure. I got to fly P8s. for a little bit in test mode. So there you go. Appreciate you sharing that with us, Tom. Appreciate your comments. Appreciate you checking in tonight. Yeah, if you can, and if you can, still get out there and take a look. There are next on the list. Jack in Wisconsin, KA9TQC. Good evening to you, Jack. Again, welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net. What have you got for us tonight? Go ahead.
Well, thanks again for an interesting net. And the other gentleman from Wisconsin made a comment about EME bounce, and I remember once back in the 80s during a previous high aurora activity, I was able to do auroral bounce. I had a 14-element beam on 2 meters west of north, right at the aurora, and I was working a station in Minnesota, which was about 200 miles due west of me, even though the beam was almost perpendicular. And we both sounded like we'd been breathing helium. The distortion on the audio was quite unique and very, very intriguing. The other quick point is we're snowbirds, and when we're in southwestern Florida, we can see some of the rocket launches from Cape Canaveral from 200 miles away. So it's pretty spectacular when there's a big rocket launch down there. I just want to make those 2 additional points, and back to you, KA9 TQC.
All right, Jack, appreciate your comments. Appreciate you checking in tonight. And again, welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net. Thanks for that. This is KI0AR Net Control for Colorado Astronomy Net. Next on the list is Ed in Broomfield, W6RDZ. Good evening to you, Ed. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
W6RD here found the push to talk on this cell phone.
You're on Echo Link.
Yeah, thanks for the heads up on the aurora. I sent you a picture from Parker. It was kind of off the end of the Centennial runway there. But yeah, very impressive stuff. Thanks for delivering the rocket report tonight. I only caught bits and pieces, but love this net, and you have a great one. W6RDZ, back to you.
All right, Ed, appreciate your comments. Appreciate you checking in tonight. Let's see, next on the list, Jack, up in Oregon. Let's see, over on YouTube tonight. We're going to have to get you hooked up to your own Echo Link up there. Jack, so any other comments you got? I know you sent me some pictures there, but definitely like to see you. Love to hear you for sure there, Jack, but appreciate you checking in via YouTube tonight. All right, next on the list, let's see, I didn't get to acknowledge, I see them out there, he was lurking, so KF0UUC, Chad in Highlands Ranch, that's, I think, yep, that is a new call on the list, so welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net, and thanks for checking in via NetLogger. You have caught the tail end of the Colorado Astronomy Net, so and I wanted to welcome you. My name is Bernice. That's Bravo Uniform Romeo November Echo Sierra Sierra call sign Kilowatt India 0 Alpha Romeo. Like I said, hopefully, I guess you've been listening for a little while because just saw it over there. Over there, yeah, you've been listening for about the last half hour or so. But want to touch base with you, find out what your interest, background in astronomy is. Whether you're just starting out, you've been doing it for decades like I have, or somewhere in between. Chad, again, welcome. Tell us a little bit about your background, interest in astronomy. Go ahead.
Yeah, long time listener, first time caller, first attempt to contact. I'm sure we'll get it. But yes, just kind of starting out novice server. And contact you for the next.
All right, Chad. Yeah, I'm at Highlands Ranch as well. So, welcome to the net. Yeah, we're close by. I'm not exactly sure how far, but not too far away, I don't think. I'll have to look that up on QRZ there. But definitely appreciate you checking in tonight for sure, and hopefully you won't be a stranger to the net. If you've listened to it before, I think you were ready for it. Like I said, we got all levels of experience, and this is a learning net, and even for me, it's a learning net. So there you go. But appreciate you checking in tonight, and again, welcome. All right, we are at the bottom of the list, and well past the top of the hour. So I'm going to go ahead and make one call. Anybody else? Questions, comments, late check-ins before I go ahead and wrap up the net for this evening? Please call KI0AR now.
Alpha Echo 00 Echo, Chris from Highlands Ranch. Just checking in for the camera. 0.
Hey, Chris, thanks for those pictures earlier. Thanks for the heads up. I was down in the basement getting ready for the net. I do appreciate you sending me those images and giving me a heads up on that aurora. So I got to check that out just before the net. So I do appreciate that. And who knows, hopefully maybe tomorrow night will be even better. Maybe I'll have to drive out up into the hills or out east somewhere, get into some dark sky and check that out a little bit more. I better make sure my gas tank is full. I do appreciate that. If you got any comments for us tonight, Chris, go ahead, please.
Yeah, no problem. Just drove home and looked for it and off saw the pink. Kind of realized what it was. It's pretty neat. Find a picture and see some of it. No additional comments. Busy with work. You can maybe reflect around. I don't know. Yeah, it'd be exciting to use. Looking forward to doing that. We'll look for the orders for tomorrow. Sure.
All right, Chris, appreciate that. Yeah. I actually got some of my Strasbourg buddies were reporting some greenish in there as too, but I knew over the city this far south, most of the time the auroral activity is in the red zone. You have to get into the darker skies to see the green. But all right, and I'd love to see pictures from all of you. So let me know, at least to here. You got some time to get those pictures. I will talk about that later in the next couple of nets for sure. All right, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the net for this evening. I'd like to thank the 33 check-ins tonight and everybody that checked in. Let me see. We're getting KA4. We're getting somebody lurking out there. KA4. DQJ. Let's see. We'll get you in Tennessee. Welcome to the tail end of the Colorado Astronomy Net there, Tom. Have you got anything for us tonight? Go ahead. KA4DQJ, Tom in Tennessee. This is KI0AR. Name here is Bernus, Bravo Uniform Romeo November Echo Sierra Sierra. Welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net. Okay, he just checked out. If you can hear us tonight, please share with us what your interest in astronomy is. Go ahead. All right, this is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the net for this evening. I'd like to thank the 34 check-ins for checking in tonight, either over the air or over on YouTube, or however you wanted to check in tonight. We do appreciate that. Great net, a great turnout tonight, so thanks for that. Hopefully we'll hear from everybody next Tuesday night for another session of the Colorado Astronomy Net. I definitely want to hear your observational reports for sure. I'd like to thank the Rocky Mountain Radio League for the use of their repeater system. Also like to thank the Skyhub Link group for the use of their system and all the ways that you guys can check in. Echolink, All-Star Note, over the air as well. And do appreciate everybody checking in via YouTube as well. So thanks for that. With that, I will say 73 and keep looking up. This is KI0AR. I'm clear.